Good morning, everybody. Happy Labor Day. So, got a lot of people that are up north right now doing the bridge walk on the Mackinac Bridge. It's a Labor Day tradition. Uh, you know, best wishes and that to everybody doing that. And there's actually some that not only walk across, but then they turn around and go back the other way and do it again. I don't know if I could handle doing it once. So, got some newer subscribers, and I haven't really talked about it for a while. We all have our favorite things when it comes to stacking and collecting, and I'm no different. uh, those of you that were around last Christmas know that Christmas is my holiday. You got others that Halloween's their thing. People that like strictly vintage silver, and I'm kind of one of my other things that I like to collect or stack, whatever you want to call it, is stuff related to Michigan, my home state. And I know recently the media has not painted a great picture of our state, especially the Metro Detroit area. And don't believe everything you hear on the news or read in the paper or read online. Well, what's a newspaper nowadays? But I figured I would go through my Michigan stuff, and some of it's collectible, some of it's stackable. There's a lot of silver, and I think what we'll do is we'll start out with, and I know a lot of people roll their eyes when I said this is something I like to do. I haven't done it very often lately, but I like finding the penny press machines. And these are different Michigan related pressed pennies per se. Well, most of them are Michigan. And if you know anything about the history of Michigan, when we get down to the one here, there was a war back in the day, and Michigan essentially gave Ohio the city of Toledo in that area, and we got the Upper Peninsula. Much as I love Toledo, love going down there for sporting events and seeing family and friends that live down there, I think I definitely know we got the better deal out of that. But these are all started their lives as copper pennies. We've got Bass Pro Shop in Rossford, Ohio, which is just south of Toledo. We've got Cabela's in Dundee, Michigan. We've got the River Raisin Battlefield, which is not far from where I live, and Frankenmuth, Bronner's, where it's always Christmas. No matter what time of the year, what day of the week, it's always Christmas at Bronner's. So those are the copper pennies. And then I also learned from watching one of the bigger YouTubers that the 1/10 ounce rounds, which everybody hates, fit in there because they're right about the same size as a penny. And we've got what started out as the 1/10 ounce. And again, we've got Bass Pro Shop in Rossford, Cabela's in Dundee, and 3 of the 4 from the River Raisin Battlefield in Monroe. So there's that. We got a little over an ounce of silver there. Hey, all right. And then moving on, I've got a couple of pieces that were poured by members of the community that live in Michigan. So I consider that part of my Michigan metals. I believe when I weighed this was about, or a little over 5 ounces of copper, poured by Stacker Man's Rabbit Hole, which love the design, really cool. And a lot of people may get a weird face, but this is aluminum. It was poured by Tuli, and she actually made this from the pull tabs on pop cans and energy drink cans. 1.5 ounces of aluminum. I said, well, aluminum's not a precious metal. Yeah, but you know what? It's precious to me because it was made by somebody from the community she took her time and put her energy and thought into making that. And I consider that just as precious as any piece of silver in my stack collection, whatever you want to call it. Now, also, and people are starting to catch on to this, I have here a full tube, so $10 face value of 90% Michigan quarters. This is actually what my official channel logo is based off of. And I know some people are, well, your logo says USA and Canada. Well, yeah, on here it says Great Lakes State in Canada. So take your pick. It's based off these were made in 2004. There's a circulated version, but I was happy to pick these up. They're special, so I put them in a special tube. You know, hunting is a very big thing in our state, and so there you go. We have it in a shell, a shell tube. So there we go. Here we'll sit that there. And I also have a couple here. One was sent to me by he was a YouTuber at the time. I haven't seen him here in a while. I don't think he's doing YouTube or whatnot anymore. But there's one by itself. And then when I received the tube full, there was an extra one that says, and for one to look at. So there's the for one to look at. So, some people don't like modern silver. I do. It's 90% silver. And then also to go with that, that was in 2018 when they were doing the America the Beautiful state parks, national parks. They did one for Michigan, and that would be the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore up in Munising, Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula. Beautifully done silver. This is 90% silver also. It's a reverse proof. So there's that. We have, this is to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Detroit Police Mounted Division back in 1993. These were a very limited run, and I was happy to acquire this from a retired member of the unit. They were only made for the members of the unit, and then only however many they ordered. If they said, hey, I want 3 of them, they got 3. If they only wanted 1, they got 1. And none made it out into the wild until guys retired. Some guys passed away and their families are like, I just want it gone. So I actually acquired this from one of the guys in the unit. So that was extra special. I knew some guys in the unit. So, pay a little homage to them. Here is let me make sure I say this right. Cook Islands 2021. They did a series of American state animals. And here we are. We have Michigan and the brook trout. It's definitely good eating. I spent a lot of time in the UP. I really need to get back up there, but that'll probably happen next summer. It was supposed to happen this summer, but didn't. Brookies, definitely, if you like fish, they're good eating. And there you go. It is let me get that up there so you can see it. It's a $5 Cook Island coin. There we go. Let's see. Also, going back to the Michigan quarters, I got this for a steal of a deal because, I don't like slab coins. I always say my feeling is you're paying for the plastic, you're not paying for the coin that's in it. It is a graded coin. It is, let's see here. There you go. Proof 69, Deep Cameo 2004 S, 90% silver. Let's see. Just quickly shooting through these. Here's a sterling silver Michigan coin. There's your Michigan seal on one side. And like I said when I originally got this, I believe that is the one of the mines in the Upper Peninsula in the city of Hancock, Michigan. If you look at the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, kind of looks like a rabbit that's running. Well, this is about halfway up the ear of the rabbit. So I believe that's what that is. I could be totally wrong. If anybody knows for sure, they can correct me. I won't be mad at you. Here's another one commemorating, and these are all 3 9s. Here's one commemorating the opening of the Mackinac Bridge, which connects the Lower Peninsula to the Upper Peninsula, which opened on November 1st, 1957. A lot of people are afraid to drive over that bridge. They don't like it. I don't have a problem with it. Maybe it's just because I've been over it so many times. And then also the Michigan Sesquicentennial is celebrated on this side. Nice little map of Michigan there and such, and the Great Lakes are part of the Great Lakes. Let me pull these over so they're a little bit quicker to grab. And we have a Dylan Larkin, who is the captain of our Detroit Red Wings, on a 1-ounce silver round. Another Cook Island piece from 2017. He wasn't the captain back then, but he is now. These were done in cooperation with Upper Deck, which is a trading card company. One I showed recently that I recent pickup, the Detroit Tigers round. Another nice little 3 9s piece. And we've got, this is from Great Lakes Bullion, 2017. 1 ounce of 3 9s fine, with all your major freeways and highways there, and version of our state seal on this side. That is from 2015. And let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, I've showed these before. I'm kind of a fan of the Solar Strike Casino tokens. So we have 3 different ones here from Traverse Bay Casino and Resort. Similar reverses, but the obverses are all different. There's one. And let me turn this around for you. Get it going the right direction here. There's the second one. The Mama Bear and her cubs. And let's see, which one's this? There you have the Dream Catcher. And then we also have the wildlife up there on the water. And we have this one, which it's actually from Casino Windsor across the river in Canada, but commemorating the Detroit Grand Prix. And this is from back when it was still held on Belle Isle. It's being held down last couple of years, 2-3 years, is back down in downtown Detroit. Cool stuff there. And let's see here. I don't know how this got in the pile. We'll put that over there. That's another story for another day. And then we also have, going back to copper, we have a celebration of the Michigan Sesquicentennial from 1987. These were distributed at Meijer stores in Michigan. And then we have, when you go up to the UP, that's copper country when you get on the west end. And they make these up, and you can buy them in a lot of the souvenir shops. There's the Mackinac Bridge again. And these all have the same reverse. They have the Michigan's beautiful Upper Peninsula, which is not a lie. Upper Peninsula is a great spot if you're a hunter. The Michigan black bear is very prominent and very plentiful up there. And then we have Tequamanon Falls, which is absolutely gorgeous year-round. Another place up in the UP. Michigan, we joke around. One of the jokes about Michigan is the only place you can go from hell to paradise in a matter of hours, because there is a small town out west of Detroit called, and it's actually Hull, Michigan. But yeah, paradise is gorgeous. It's another place gorgeous year round. Tequamanon Falls, gorgeous year round. And then last but not least, and this is not precious metals, this is just, the U.S. Mint doing what they do. They like to do these different series on their coins, and the dollar coin, the modern dollar coin, is no different. And this year in 2025, the Innovations coin was, one of them was Michigan. The auto assembly line, Henry Ford created the first auto assembly line, and it's just taken off from there. There's the P and the D. So that is my Michigan stack collection, if you will. Like I said, I don't know how this got into the stack, but going back to childhood, I was involved in scouting from the age of 7 to the age of 18. And prior to that, my maternal grandfather was involved in scouting for 74 years. At one time serving as the commissioner for the Detroit Area Council. So kind of technically, part of my growing up in Michigan, in the Detroit area. Well, actually, Detroit. But so yeah, it's got a spot here. In my mind, it's got a spot here. So there you have it. Quick review of my Michigan stuff. One of my favorite things. I don't find Michigan stuff as often as I used to, but I'm still looking. So, all right, everybody. Hope you have a great day today. It's a holiday for some. It's a work day for me. Everybody, have a safe rest of you. Have a safe Labor Day. If you guys are doing any celebrating today, be responsible, be safe, and keep stacking, keep hunting. Have fun with it. Stack what you like, stack what you can afford, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, everybody. Mishy's out.